Hey, how's it going everyone? Welcome to another video, and today we're going to be taking a look at GMK Synthwave M170. Before we get into the review, I would like to just say a few things. I did get a new camera. I have not fully set it up yet. It's a phone, it's not a camera, but right now it's just it doesn't look great. As you can probably tell, not much better than my other camera, if anything. I'm still trying to get it all sorted out so that it looks much better. Yeah, also a quick disclaimer, Drop did send these out for me to review, so I did get these keycaps for free. That's not going to affect my opinion on these keycaps whatsoever. And of course, if you end up liking this video, be sure to leave a like, maybe subscribe. But yeah, with that out of the way, let's get straight into the review. Let's start with the unboxing. So this is the box, just your typical GMK tray. Looks pretty nice on the outside. Trying to get this in frame. It normally comes with a wrap around it. Unfortunately, I didn't get in recording of my first unboxing, and obviously I also have all the keycaps already on my board. But yeah, you basically just slide this out and all the good is gone. So it looks cool on the outside, but right when you open it up, you get this cheap feeling box. It already has some marks on it. It doesn't feel good at all. Keycaps get kind of jumbled up. My white balance is dying. Typical GMK trays, really not much to say about that. For the price you're paying for GMK, I feel like it's a bit disappointing. It's just the packaging, not gonna hurt anyone. So yeah, moving on from that, let's talk about the kitting of these keycaps. So obviously, I'm not gonna be just talking about the kitting of this specific GMK keycap set, since that would mostly be pointless, since there's a bunch of different GMK keycap sets, such as Blue Samurai, Red Samurai, etc, etc. All of them come with different kitting. This one specifically had alright kitting. I mean, it was $120. It seems pretty lacking compared to all my other keycap sets that I bought, like ePBT Miami Nights had a really good kitting, and so did Novelties Purple, Blue, and White, and those are all much cheaper than these. We'll talk about the quality comparison to all of those later in the video, so keep watching for that, but I'd say the kitting is pretty lacking for the price. Let's talk about the specs. You might already know all this, but these are double shot ABS keycaps. But just because it's ABS does not mean it's lower quality than PBT, does not mean it's just worse than that. There are the pros and cons of PBT and ABS. These are about 1.5 millimeters thick. I don't have anything to perfectly measure that, but I mean, you can see here, pretty nice and thick. You can see the double shot mold, I guess. The legends of these keycaps are something that, GMK is known for. These legends are as sharp as they get. Just about nothing really compares to the perfectly sharp legends that GMK has. One reason why a lot of people like GMK is it's gonna be a complete game changer. No, not really. I honestly am perfectly fine with the legends on my purple and white keycap sets, which is DICE PBT. But yeah, if that's something important to you, these do have extremely sharp legends, and all the alignment is perfect. I didn't get any warped space bars or warped keys, so yeah, all that pretty good. The texture of these keycaps is pretty nice. I actually really enjoy the texture right out of the box. It's smooth, but not too smooth in the way for example, HK Gaming. Those are just too smooth. They make my fingers feel weird. I hated those. I returned them, by the way. Don't buy HK Gaming. Compared to ePBT ABS, ePBT has way rougher and grittier feeling ABS than GMK. These are out of the box more similar to something like purple and white keycaps that I have. They're both slightly different, of course, because PBT versus ABS. One downside of these being ABS, which I personally don't like that much, is that they feel a bit oily after a lot of use. I actually haven't used them that much, but they still are already getting that a bit of oily, smooth feeling. It just doesn't feel like they're always clean or brand new. It feels like they're used, which I'm not a fan of. I would be talking about the sound right now, but that's mostly pointless. So instead, I'm going to give you a few sound tests comparing GMK to a few other keycap sets. The board I'm using is the VAS60 with KT roses, Rock V2 stabilizers, which I modded extremely poorly, FR4 plate, and paper towel modded. If you want more information on that, you can check out my video on the VAS60. Yeah, here's the sound test. Sound is completely subjective. No one can really be right and just be like, this sounds better than that, because it all depends on the person. A lot of people do tend to like the sound of ABS or GMK just in general, because ABS has a more high-pitched sound, which I guess some people like a lot. Also, just the thickness of the keycaps makes it have this full nice sound, which honestly I completely agree with. I really enjoy the sound of GMK over all the other sets. Now the price, that of course depends a lot on which GMK keycap set you actually buy. GMK keycaps can run from like 110 all the way to like $150. I feel like 120 is a lot of money compared to other keycaps, and from a completely value point of view, I personally don't see the value. I don't think you're getting the same value as with other keycaps. That's not bad though, because that's just kind of how things work. The more you pay, the better it is, but there's diminishing returns. You're not going to be getting 50% better keycaps for a 50% higher price. And there's even some trade-offs with the GMK, going from a cheaper PBT set to a GMK. Again, like I said, there's shine. You might not prefer the sound. Of course, that's all preference. I feel like the only thing GMK is missing is just giving you the amount you should be getting for the price. You're paying $120. You can get double shot ABS keycaps from ePBT for $70, and you're going to be getting a much bigger kitting too. The only trade-off you're going to be getting is maybe you can say the texture's not as nice, and also the legends aren't as perfectly sharp as GMK, if you'll even notice that at all. For this keycap set, the kitting's alright, it's okay. If you like the colorway, go for it. $120, if you have the money to spend, it's going to be worth it for you. You're not going to be able to get this colorway with any other manufacturer, so you might as well. I think it is worth it. You don't get as much value, like I said, but you're still getting GMK and all the bells and whistles that GMK has. But when looking at something like, for example, Modern Dolce Light, the kitting on that was pretty bad. You don't get a 2U left shift, you don't get a lot of 1U keys you need. Those are things that $50 keycap sets have, and you're paying $120 for that. I think that makes no sense. For $110, you should be getting the full kitting. If the kitting is enough keycaps for you, then great. I mean, to be honest, the kitting for this keycap set is more than enough for me. But there are a lot of people that do need more kitting for like 40% boards or just some of those janky layouts. So yeah, my overall thoughts on GMK keycaps, or these keycaps specifically as well, is they have their place in the market. They aren't for everyone. I don't think value-wise they're worth $120 or $150. But if you love a colorway of GMK keycap sets, if you like the sound of GMK keycap sets, the nice clacky and full sound that they make, and the kitting will be enough for you, I think it is worth it for that specific audience who can spend the money that it costs to get GMK sets. If you are tight on money, I would basically never recommend GMK. I feel like you can get really nice keycap sets that will fit more people's needs for much cheaper. I would personally almost never buy GMK group eyes. That's just me. I'm not gonna say people are making bad decisions, because there's a reason many people do buy GMK group eyes, because it is worth it for them, which is what I'm trying to get at. It's worth it for some people, for the people who do have the money to spend, who love the colorways, etc, etc. And I don't want to keep on repeating myself, but yeah, very specific market for GMK.